Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to share a deeply personal journey, a journey of transformation, of taking back the reins of my own life and reshaping it in ways that once seemed impossible. We all have moments in our lives when we feel stuck, unsure of where to turn next, or how to break free from the patterns that bind us. But let me tell you, the power to change is within us all. Just 1 week, yes, 1 week, can make a profound difference in your life, especially when you make the conscious decision to embrace 5 simple habits that have the power to transform everything. In the past, I too found myself caught in the web of negative thoughts, unhealthy patterns, and self-doubt. It felt like I was constantly treading water, unable to make any significant progress. But with intention and commitment, I was able to break free from this cycle. Today, I will share with you 5 habits that radically shifted my life in just 1 week. These are not complex or difficult practices. They are accessible, powerful, and most importantly, they are yours for the taking. If you are ready, let us dive into these transformative habits that can change your life, just as they have changed mine. The power of affirmations. The first habit that truly began to shift my life was the practice of daily affirmations. We often hear these words tossed around, but many of us fail to recognize the immense power they hold. Affirmations are not just words. They are the energy we send into the universe and the vibration that resonates within us. They serve as a mirror, reflecting our inner beliefs, and they have the ability to reprogram our subconscious minds. Each day I began by speaking affirmations aloud, simple phrases like, "I am worthy," "I am capable," and "I trust the process of my life." At first, it felt a little awkward, saying something positive when I didn't fully believe it. But here's the thing about affirmations. They don't require you to believe them at first. They are tools that help you cultivate belief over time. The more I repeated these positive statements, the more I began to feel their truth. I noticed a shift in my mindset, a sense of power that was awakening from within. As I continued this practice, I made sure my affirmations were specific to my needs and desires. For example, I affirmed abundance, good health, and love into my life, which opened the doors to opportunities I hadn't even considered. The affirmation of health allowed me to pay attention to what I was eating, how I was treating my body, and how I was nurturing my physical and mental well-being. I made a commitment to speak to myself with kindness, to acknowledge the good I was doing, and to recognize that I deserved all the blessings coming my way. What amazed me most about affirmations was their ability to shift not only my mindset, but my actions. When I spoke those words of encouragement, I felt compelled to make choices that aligned with my intentions. Affirmations acted as the compass for my daily decisions, guiding me toward my highest good. I also found that the more I focused on positive statements, the less room there was for negative self-talk. The power of affirmations helped me embrace my worth and value, changing my perspective on what was possible. The effect of affirmations, however, is not instant. It is a gradual process. Over time, I realized that it wasn't just about repeating words, but embodying them. Affirmations became my way of being, not just my way of speaking. They helped me heal from old wounds, let go of limiting beliefs, and truly believe in my potential. With each passing day, I grew more confident, more peaceful, and more aligned with the life I desired. In just a week, the practice of affirmations opened my heart and mind to new possibilities. I saw myself as worthy of success, happiness, and love. I learned to trust in the natural flow of life and embraced the concept that everything I needed was already within me. This habit of speaking life into my circumstances created a foundation of positivity that I built upon every single day. The practice of gratitude. The second life-changing habit that I embraced was the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful energy force. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, and it elevates your vibration to match the frequency of abundance. One of the most profound shifts I experienced in just 1 week was the simple act of acknowledging the gifts in my life. Each morning, I took a few moments to write down 3 things I was grateful for. These could be small or large, anything from the warmth of the sun to the love I felt from friends and family. It wasn't about finding grand gestures to be thankful for. It was about seeing the beauty in the simple things. I remember days when the sky was overcast and the rain was falling, yet I would still write, "I am grateful for the rain, for the nourishment it brings." Gratitude made me aware of the blessings that were present, even in the seemingly difficult moments. As the week progressed, I noticed a subtle yet powerful change within myself. My outlook on life began to shift. I stopped focusing on what was wrong and started seeing what was right. I became more mindful of the positive things happening around me, and I recognized that there was always something to be thankful for, no matter the circumstances. This practice helped me develop a deeper sense of contentment and peace, knowing that I had so much to be grateful for, even during challenging times. Gratitude also opened my eyes to the relationships in my life. I began to appreciate the people who had supported me and the experiences that had shaped me. I took the time to express my appreciation to others, not just through words, but through actions. I would call a friend to say thank you for their love, or I would send a message of appreciation to someone who had made a difference in my life. This created a ripple effect of positivity, and soon I found that the more gratitude I gave, the more I received. What struck me the most about the gratitude practice was its ability to shift my energy. When I focused on what I was grateful for, I felt lighter, more joyful, and more aligned with my desires. It became easier to manifest the things I wanted because I was in a state of receiving rather than lacking. Gratitude helped me feel abundant, and this abundance flowed into all areas of my life, my health, my career, and my relationships. In just 1 week, the practice of gratitude changed the way I viewed my world. It helped me heal from past disappointments and empowered me to move forward with confidence. I learned that gratitude is a choice, and that choice has the power to transform your experience. It became a daily practice that nourished my soul and grounded me in the present moment, reminding me that I was always supported and loved. The art of The third habit that I embraced was the practice of self-care. For so long, I had been giving to others without giving to myself. I thought that taking care of my needs was selfish, but in reality, it was essential for my well-being. Self-care is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the practice of honoring and nurturing yourself, of filling your own cup before you can fill the cups of others. During that transformative week, I decided to make time each day to do something just for me. Whether it was taking a walk in nature, reading a book, meditating, or simply resting, I made sure I gave myself the space to recharge. I learned that self-care is not just about pampering. It's about showing up for yourself in a way that allows you to feel grounded, centered, and at peace. I also began to listen to my body more intently. If I was tired, I rested. If I felt stressed, I practiced deep breathing or took a moment to quiet my mind. I realized that self-care wasn't about adding more to my plate. It was about creating balance and making room for my own needs. The act of prioritizing myself helped me feel more energized, more focused, and more equipped to handle the challenges of daily life. Self-care also extended to my emotional and mental health. I began to be more mindful of the thoughts I was entertaining and the people I was surrounding myself with. If something didn't feel good, I chose to let it go. I stopped apologizing for taking time for myself and started setting healthy boundaries with others. I recognized that self-care wasn't selfish. It was an act of self-respect. The impact of self-care on my life was nothing short of profound. In just 1 week, I felt more centered, more calm, and more present. I realized that when I take care of myself, I am better equipped to show up for others. I became more compassionate, more patient, and more loving because I was giving myself the gift of love and care first. This habit of self-care continues to be one of the most important practices in my life. It is a reminder that my well-being matters, and that when I nurture myself, I can better serve the world around me. The power of meditation. Meditation was the fourth habit that played a crucial role in my transformation. I had always heard about meditation and its benefits, but I never truly committed to the practice until that week. Meditation is not just about sitting in silence. It is a tool for deep connection with oneself and the universe. It is a way of quieting the mind, listening to the soul, and finding peace within. Each day I set aside a few minutes to sit in stillness, focusing on my breath and allowing my thoughts to come and go without judgment. I started with just 5 minutes, gradually increasing the time as I felt more comfortable. During these moments of stillness, I felt an inner peace that was hard to describe. It was as though I was tapping into something much larger than myself, something divine. Meditation helped me to clear the clutter in my mind and find clarity. I was able to connect with my intuition and listen to the guidance within. It allowed me to let go of the noise of the outside world and tune into my inner wisdom. As I continued with the practice, I noticed that I felt more centered throughout the day, and I began to make decisions from a place of calm and clarity, rather than fear or doubt. One of the most profound effects of meditation was its ability to reduce stress. In the past, I had often found myself overwhelmed by the demands of life, but through meditation I learned to release tension and create space for peace. The practice helped me to be more present in each moment, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Meditation also connected me to a deeper sense of purpose. During my sessions, I would visualize the life I desired, feeling the emotions of already having it. This allowed me to align my energy with my desires and begin manifesting the life I wanted. Meditation became a spiritual practice that helped me stay grounded, centered, and connected to the divine flow of life. In just 1 week, meditation transformed my relationship with myself and the world around me. It helped me tap into a sense of peace, clarity, and purpose that continues to guide me every day. Meditation is now a daily practice that I cherish and rely on for inner peace and guidance. The commitment to positive action. The final habit that I embraced was the commitment to taking positive action every day. It is not enough to simply think positive thoughts or wish for change. We must take inspired action toward our goals. Positive action is about doing something each day that aligns with your intentions, no matter how small it may seem. It is the consistent effort to move toward your dreams. Each day, I committed to taking one positive step toward my goals. This could be something as simple as sending an email, making a phone call, or taking time to learn something new. The key was consistency. By taking daily action, no matter how small, I began to build momentum. I realized that the universe responds to those who are willing to put in the effort, and that every step forward, no matter how tiny, was a step toward my dreams. I also made sure that the actions I took were aligned with my values and my truth. I stopped chasing after things that didn't feel right and began to focus on what truly mattered to me. Each action I took felt like an investment in my future self, and I began to see the fruits of my efforts. Positive action also helped me overcome fear and doubt. In the past, I had often held back, waiting for the perfect moment to take action. But I realized that the perfect moment is now. Taking action, even imperfectly, was better than waiting for conditions to be ideal. By taking that first step, I broke through the barriers of fear and started moving toward my dreams with confidence. Over time, the positive actions I took began to compound. What started as small steps turned into significant progress. The more action I took, the more opportunities seemed to open up. I became more confident, more focused, and more empowered. Positive action taught me that the key to transformation is not in waiting for change, but in creating it through our daily efforts. In just 1 week, I saw the impact of taking consistent, inspired action. It helped me stay focused, motivated, and aligned with my desires. The habit of positive action became a cornerstone of my transformation, and it continues to guide me toward the life I am creating every day. The practice of letting go of negative attachments. Another habit that has been pivotal in my life transformation is the practice of letting go of negative attachments. We all carry with us emotional baggage, past hurts, regrets, and sometimes even toxic relationships that weigh us down and prevent us from moving forward. It wasn't until I truly embraced the act of letting go that I began to experience freedom. Freedom from the past, from old wounds, and from energy that no longer served me. In the beginning, it felt incredibly difficult to release these attachments. The memories of past experiences, the stories I had built around them, and the people who had hurt me seemed to have a strong hold on my heart and mind. But as I delved deeper into this practice, I began to understand that holding on to negative attachments wasn't serving me. It was keeping me stuck. I realized that the more I clung to these negative energies, the more I prevented new opportunities and relationships from entering my life. Each day, I made a conscious decision to release what no longer served me. This wasn't about forgetting or denying the past. Rather, it was about accepting it, learning from it, and then choosing to move forward without carrying its weight. I would visualize myself letting go of old emotional baggage, imagining it floating away like balloons into the sky. With each release, I felt lighter, freer, and more at peace. Letting go of negative attachments also meant distancing myself from toxic relationships. I stopped engaging in conversations and interactions that drained my energy or made me feel small. I learned the importance of setting boundaries, protecting my peace, my energy, and my heart. I started choosing relationships that uplifted me and supported my growth, and I became less afraid of walking away from situations that no longer aligned with my values. This practice of releasing negativity didn't happen overnight, but with each passing day, I felt more empowered. I began to reclaim my personal power and take control of my emotional well-being. The act of letting go allowed me to create space for new, positive experiences and relationships. I learned that we cannot invite new things into our lives if we are still holding on to the old. The energy of the past can't coexist with the energy of new beginnings. Within just a week, I noticed a profound change in my emotional state. I no longer felt burdened by past hurts or weighed down by negative energy. I felt lighter, more hopeful, and more excited for the future. Letting go became a daily practice, one that brought me peace and inner freedom. And it was through this practice that I truly began to experience the limitless possibilities of a life free from the chains of the past. The commitment to embracing vulnerability. The final habit I embraced was the commitment to embracing vulnerability. For many years, I associated vulnerability with weakness, something to be avoided at all costs. I believed that in order to be strong and resilient, I had to present a facade of perfection, never allowing anyone to see my flaws or insecurities. But this belief kept me stuck, trapped in a cycle of fear and disconnection. It wasn't until I made the decision to embrace vulnerability that I began to experience true freedom and connection. Vulnerability is not about exposing your weaknesses to the world or seeking pity. It is about being open, authentic, and willing to show up as your true self, imperfections and all. It is about acknowledging your feelings, expressing your needs, and allowing yourself to be seen without the fear of judgment. This was a revolutionary shift for me, as I had spent so much of my life building walls to protect myself. But the more I allowed myself to be vulnerable, the more I felt connected to others and to my own heart. Every day, I made a commitment to show up as my authentic self without fear of judgment or rejection. I allowed myself to express my feelings openly, to ask for help when I needed it, and to let go of the need for perfection. I also allowed myself to embrace uncertainty, to not have all the answers, and to trust that everything would unfold as it was meant to. What I discovered through embracing vulnerability was that it opened the door to deeper, more meaningful connections with others. People began to see me for who I truly was, and in turn, I was able to connect with others on a much deeper level. I no longer felt the need to hide behind a mask or to be someone I wasn't. By being vulnerable, I found a sense of acceptance and belonging that I had never experienced before. At the same time, I also became more compassionate with myself. I stopped criticizing myself for my imperfections and started to see them as beautiful parts of my humanity. I realized that vulnerability wasn't something to be ashamed of, but rather something to be celebrated. It is in our vulnerability that we find our true strength. By embracing my vulnerability, I became more resilient, more connected to my emotions, and more at peace with who I was. Within just a week, embracing vulnerability helped me develop stronger, more authentic relationships and a deeper connection with myself. It allowed me to shed the layers of fear and perfectionism that had been holding me back. Embracing vulnerability became a powerful act of self-love and courage, and it opened the doors to greater joy, love, and fulfillment in my life.